Hello dear listeners and welcome to today's TSF1 Greece Podcast regarding the World Endurance Championship race of the 6 Hours of Monza. Today among me I have again my co-host Panos. Hello Panos, good evening.
Hello Alex, good evening.
So, we had a weekend full of racing. We had the Formula 1 Grand Prix in Britain, which actually saw two British people on the podium for a change, not only Red Bulls. And we also had the fifth round of the World Endurance Championship with the 6 Hours of Monza. So, will you start with the free practice and the qualifying with the top three in each class?
Exactly. So in free practice 1 we have in first place in the hypercar class the number 51 Ferrari AF Corse with a time of 1:37.533. In second place we have with number 38 the Hertz team Jota, and in third place we have the number 5 Porsche Penske Motorsport. In LMP2 we have in first place with a time of 1:40.356 the number 41 Team WRT. In second place we have the number 31 Team WRT, and in third place we have the number 34 Inter-Europol competition. And lastly, in the LMGTE amateur class, we have in first place with a time of 1:47.538 the Ferrari AF Corse with the number 54. In second place we have the number 60 Iron Lynx. In third place we have the number 86 GR Racing. We move on with free practice 2. We have in first place in the hypercar class Toyota Gazoo Racing with the number 7 with a time of 1:36.363. In second place we have the Ferrari AF Corse with number 50, and in third place we have the number 8 Toyota Gazoo Racing. In LMP2 we have in first place the number 41 Team WRT, in second place number 34 Inter-Europol competition, and in third place number 31 Team WRT. Lastly, with the LMGT amateur class, we have number 60 Iron Lynx with a Porsche in the first place with a time of 1:46.973. In second place, we have the number 86 GR Racing, and in third place, we have the number 56 Project 1AO. We move on with free practice 3. In hyperclass class, we have in first place number 93 Peugeot Total Energies. Surprise.
Why?
Exactly. In second place we have the number 50 Ferrari AF Corse, and in third place we have the number 94 Peugeot Total Energies. In LMP2 class we have in first place number 28 Jota with 1:39.621. In second place with number 10 Vector Sport, and in third place the Alpine Elf team with number 36. In the LMGT amateur class we have in first place number 56 Project 1AO, in second place number 77 Dempsey Proton Racing, and in third place number 60 Iron Lynx. And I think we can move on with the qualifying session, which was amazing. I think it was like an F1 style qualifying grid.
Yes, it was amazing till the end. So, to give Panos a break, because he was very detailed, I will mention the pole position in his class as well as the other two that took the second and third place. So, in hypercar, the pole position went to the number 7 Toyota Gazoo Racing car with a lap time of 1:35.358, followed by the number 50 Ferrari AF Corse and the number 8 Toyota from Gazoo Racing. In LMP2, the pole position went to the number 41 Team WRT car with a time of 1:39.354, followed by the number 28 Jota and the number 22 United Autosports car. Finally, in the LMGT Am class, we have got In pole position, the number 85 Porsche of Iron Dames with a time of 1 minute 47.632, followed by the number 25 ORT by TF and the number 77 Dempsey Proton Racing. Now, moving on to the main race. I will be covering the hypercar class and the LM GTE class, and Panos will tell us about the LMP2 class. So, in hypercar class, the thrilling race of the 6 Hours of Monza began with the number 7 Toyota Gazoo Racing car, driven by Kobayashi, Lopez and Conway, who took the top spot. The Triumph Trio began their flawless race from pole position and managed to outpace the number 50 Ferrari in a final hour face-off, displaying a remarkable comeback after their previous withdrawal at Le Mans. After a second safety car intervention due to a collision involving the number 9 Prema and the number 10 Vector Sport LMP2 Orecas, Lopez took the lead and carved out a substantial 40-second advantage. The final safety car intervention, triggered by the 99 Proton Porsche's mechanical problems, didn't rob the number 17 of their lead, but it shrank the gap and spurred a battle with the number 50 Ferrari. In the final segments of the race, Antonio Fuoco, armed with fresher tires, was given the task of chasing down the double stinting Toyota. He reduced the gap to just 10 seconds before Toyota decided to bring the number 7 in for a final full service stop. Despite the gap being reduced to 8.5 seconds after both contenders completed their last pit stops, Kobayashi delivered an excellent performance under pressure and extended the gap to 16.5 seconds, making him the first to cross the finish line. Third place was seized by the number 93 Toyota Total Energies 9X8, driven by Paul Di Resta, Jean-Éric Vergne and Michael Jensen. Excuse me if I butchered the French name. Despite an early pit stop loss and gear selection issues, they brought the number 93 car home as the third and final car on the leading lap, marking the Peugeot team's first podium finish since the 9X8's debut at the same circuit a year ago. This victory, marking the third for the number 7 crew in this season, rekindles the championship race as their sister car, the number 8 GR010 and the Le Mans victor number 51 499P of AF Corse, were the top two in points before the race. Both had challenging afternoons. Despite a late rally and a daring maneuver from Brendan Hartley, the number 8 Toyota team could only manage a 4th place finish, which was later downgraded to a 6th place finish due to a post-race 50-second penalty for excessive energy usage. This relegated them behind their title competitors, the number 51 Ferrari, including their point gaps, reducing the points gap to just 23 points. The number 51 Ferrari finished 6th, trailing behind the number 5 Porsche that completed the top 5. With 2 races remaining and the top 2 in the points failing to reach the podium, both number 7 and number 50 are now back in the contention, trailing by no more than 34 points. Conway, after the race, expressed his pride in the team's performance and remarked that it was satisfying to outperform Ferrari on their home turf. Well, I guess it was. Meanwhile, it was a turbulent race for the other top class teams, with several contenders for podium spots encountering a large amount of troubles. The Hertz team Jota emulated their performance at Le Mans, leading the race before an electronics issue on the steering wheel resulted in Antonio Felix da Costa exceeding the pit lane speed limit during an emergency service. The issue remained unresolved and the car had to be stopped for a power recycle, finally ending up in 9th place. The factory 963 Porsches did not have a much better race, with neither Penske prototype showing outright pace. The number 5 finished 5th, while the number 6 ended up 7th after a necessary service stop during the second safety car, forcing back-to-back pit stops. The number 2 Cadillac Racing V-Series R, the 5th and final LMDH entrant, finished in a disappointing 10th place. Richard Westbrook, Earl Bamber and Alex Lynn were in contention for a strong finish due to the varying strategies splitting the field at the first safety car. However, their chances diminished when the timing of the safety car forced an emergency fuel stop. Despite the setback, Westbrook remained optimistic about the team's prospect in the future races.
Cool. I think after that I can talk a bit about what happened in the LMP2 category. There was a disappointing turn of events for the number 31 WRT Oreca, which had to retire from the lead with less than 20 minutes to go due to an engine failure. This incident elevated the 28 Jota Oreca, which had shown impressive speed throughout the race, to take the lead. This marked the first win and podium of the season for Oliver Rasmussen, David Heinemeier-Hansson and Pietro Fittipaldi. Hansson expressed delight at the surprising outcome, nothing than even a podium would have been a great result, let alone clinching the first place. Fittipaldi echoed the statement, highlighting how they managed to bounce back from near success at Spa to claim a thrilling victory. The number 36 Alpine team also had a strong race, achieving their best finish of the season with a second place, outperforming the LMP2 pole sitting number 41 WRT Oreca. The number 41 team managed to snatch the final podium position from the 23 United Oreca in the race's final lap, completing a noteworthy recovery after losing time during pit stop in the first half of the race. For the team of Jos Persson, Guido van der Gaard and Oliver Jarvis, a fourth place finish will be somewhat of a disappointment, especially considering van der Gaard's remarkable opening stint, which saw him advance from 11th on the grid to 3rd place. The sister team 22 United finished in 6th place, trailing behind the Le Mans winning Inter-Europol team, which crossed the line 5th.
And finally, in the GTE Amateur class, in the GTE Am category, victory was claimed by the number 77 Dempsey Proton Porsche team, consisting of Julian Andlauer, Christian Ried and Michael Pedersen. The trio executed a flawless race and made all the right strategic decisions in what turned out to be an unpredictable and thrilling contest in this category. Reflecting on the race, Andlauer said they weren't sure where they would finish due to the closely contested race. However, they made the right calls, managed to maintain their lead in the closing hours and successfully managed the gap towards the end. The number 60 Iron Lynx and number 86 GR Racing Porsche rounded off a top 3 sweep for the German brand. The key story in this class was the achievement of the Corvette Racing's number 33 C8R team, made up of Ben Keating, Nico Varrone and Nicky Catsburg, who secured the class titles with a fourth place finish. Despite carrying 40 kilograms of success ballast, having to serve a drive-through for speeding in the pit lane and needing an extra emergency stop for fuel, the trio was able to seal the championship by finishing ahead of the Iron Dames Porsche and ORT by TF Aston Martin. This race marked the first time all season that the Corvette finished off the podium, following a dream season that included 3 wins and a second place before this weekend. With the title secured 2 races in advance, the team can now simply enjoy the remaining races in Japan and Bahrain without any pressure. Expressing his joy, Keating praised the team effort and described the season as magical. He jokingly looked forward to losing 10 kilograms in success ballast due to their 4th place finish, but affirmed that he was immensely proud of the entire Corvette racing team. Finally, the Iron Dames and ORT by TF teams, both in contention for the title, had disappointing races. The all-female crewed number 85 Iron Dames Porsche finished 5th, while the TF Aston could only secure 7th place. That was pretty much everything from the 6 Hours of Monza. Now, our next race will be on between September 8th and September 10th in Fuji, in the 6 Hours of Fuji in Japan, being the second to last race of the season before we move to Bahrain. At this point, I would like to thank Panos for being today with us.
Thank you, Alex.
And we look forward to seeing you on our next podcast in September. So if you're only here for the WEC, we wish you a nice remaining time of the summer and see you in September. If you're also listening to us for the Formula 1 podcast, we will see you in 2 weeks for the Hungarian Grand Prix. From the TSF1 Greece Podcast team, have a great day. Bye bye.